go. We're going to do things backwards because why not? Really, I think that's the way. That's why. We are actually going to start with this question over here. I'm going to move our way. Or do you want some? Maybe that's a bit mean to start with. Maybe let's not start so mean. I just feel like this one will be too easy for you guys, but maybe I'm wrong. Let's start with this one. Nice basic question. It asks, we'll need to use a couple of rules. Remember, whenever you give a statement and a reason in maths, you need to have both. You can't just give me one or the other. And we are looking for the values of X, Y, and Z in this question. Okay. For those of you who have just joined, you have the freedom to unmute yourselves and to chat because our class is nice and small today. And if you have any other questions about maths that you are wanting to ask, they don't have to do with what we are currently working on, just pop your hand up or pop it in the chat, and I'm happy for us to take a detour and go through it. And once you've solved this question, put your answers in the chat for me. Don't forget to give your reasons, and then we can go through together. And if we have a volunteer who wants to go through it, happy for that to happen as well. We all need to help. Tato is writing their last paper 2 tomorrow. So we need to make sure that he's prepared.
Let's go, Tato. We are all with you. We're going to help you.
You've got a whole class backing you. Don't be scared to give me your answers. You Linda, they're so quiet. I don't know what to do. I'm like panicking over here.
They still trying to calculate. Oh, but there's nothing to calculate, my pips. There we go. Bonga is like, yay. Bonga, do you know that we have freedom today? So today, guys, anyone can really unmute and talk to us. That's the freedom you have. So you better use it because that's once in a lifetime. Okay. So if you want to talk to us, just unmute yourself and let us know about the way you think about answering this question. We are all yours. Teach us. Let's see what you're capable of, my pips. And we will be definitely helping you. Okay.
100%.
Let's make it fun. Let's go. Where's Tato? Tato, we're picking up on you.
Yeah, Tato, we're going to get you ready for this paper.
Yeah. Tato.
Bonga, I am liking the look of these answers so far. Let's chat about what you've written over here. So this X over here, I definitely like that. That's 115 degrees. We just need to be careful. We can't just say opposite angles. We have to say vert up angles. So we're going to say X is equal to 150 degrees. And then our reason is going to be vert up angles are equal. Because remember with geometry, we have to be quite specific. Okay, then your Z being 30 degrees. I also like that. Again, we're just going to say that vert. So we're going to say Z is equal to 30 degrees. Vert up angles are equal. Oh, Tato, hello.
Afternoon, ma'am.
Do you have questions for us or answers?
I got Y as 35 degrees.
Okay, and how did you work that out?
So I said Y plus 115 plus 30 is equal to 180. Angles on a straight line.
Great. I like it. Okay. And then you got Y is equal to 35.
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. Good start
Well done,
for this paper. Yes.
Yeah.
Good.
Tato already has 5 marks on the exam, guys.
6.
Let's go.
6 marks.
6 marks. Imagine on the back,
Imagine.
Tato. You will nail it.
You're going to be fine. 6 marks is a solid start to this paper. Does anyone have any questions about this that they don't understand before we move on to the next one? Just let me know. Remember, if you are embarrassed to say to the whole class that you don't understand something, you're welcome to send us a direct message, and then only we see. So just keep that in mind as we go through this. But otherwise, yes, this is exactly what we would do for this question over here. Nice job. Nice job. Okay. Let's bring in some parallel lines. Let's jump to this one over here. Okay. I am wanting to find the values of U and the value of T. So T and U. Be very careful with how your reasons are going to be. Oh, Tato, you ready to go over this one already?
No, ma'am. I'm just asking, does
Okay.
the line G bisect the 90 degrees?
No. So I'm glad that you asked that. Because they haven't told us that, it doesn't. They would have
Okay.
to have stated it in so many words, even if it really looks like it's happening.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Guys, use your freedom today. You can unmute whenever you're wanting to today. You can unmute and you can chat to us. You can ask questions. You've got that kind of freedom. So use it. Ask whenever you need to.
Oh, my babes, let's go. Wow. Yeah, we're getting more and more people. Kutlano is here. Onwaba is here. Bonga is here. Tumelo is here. Ooh, and Marilla. Hi, Marilla. Marilla joined us. Nice, nice.
I know, Tomato, it's because everyone's finished exams. So they're in holiday mode. They've finished their math papers. So we've got a really nice small class today.
Yep.
Oh, stay with us. We're going to try and make it fun. We've made it so that you can unmute yourselves. You can chat to us. You can talk during the lesson. Like,
exactly.
We're gonna have
It's
some fun
fun,
today.
Tumelo. Stay with us.
Yeah, just stay. We'll have a good time.
There we go. Marilla is here for fun. And guys,
Yeah.
if you revise these things actually nicely, it's stick in your head. Like this next year, you have a very solid base on geometry in grade 10.
Exactly. Plus, we're all like rooting for Tatu, who's writing their paper 2 tomorrow. So
Exactly. We're with you, Tato.
oh, I'm so glad, Tamela, your math test was easy. That's great. That's exactly what I like to hear. I like it. But weren't you the one who had that bizarre question about the folding of paper? Do you know how many people I've told that to? Like too many people, actually. But am I confusing who asked that question? You started with paper 2.
That's quite odd. If you start with paper 2 before you write paper 1.
Very, very weird.
Oh, that's really rare also.
Oh no, Maria, that's not great. Although paper 2 is generally a bit tougher than paper 1. Okay, Guano is coming in. T is equal to 52 degrees. I like it. Okay, so we've got these parallel lines. We can see we've got a Z happening over there. That Z is telling us that that T is the same as this. So we can start by saying T is equal to 52 degrees. Alt angles AB parallel to GD. Glorious, nice job. So now we know that this is 52 degrees. Now we are just trying to find U. So now we're just trying to find U. Think about how we can go about that. Now we just got to find U. Can we get our thinking caps on? Try and figure out how we're going to get there. Oh, guys, my cat has come to say hello. Must be dinner time. He doesn't seem interested in the class today. It's like just roaming around the floor. Have we got no other suggestions of where to go from here? We just we're just leaving it as T is 52 and now we're done. You can find itself. No, you can't find itself. You need some help to find who it is. We've got to give you the mental health help to help them find themselves. Okay, yeah, I'm liking that 90 minus T. Looking solid. So let's start with this angle in here. If we're talking about that angle is going to be GDE. So we're going to say angle GDE is going to equal 90 minus 52. And our reason for that is going to be because they are, complementary angles. Okay, so GDE is then going to be equal to 38 degrees. So that's this angle over here. And then because that one is 38 degrees, now we can say we've got this Z over here. So now we can say therefore U is equal to 38 degrees because of alt angles when GD is parallel to EF. Oh, I'm glad that you were right. That's great. No, don't be unsure. Trust your gut. Also, if you have an answer, even if you think it's wrong, just pop it in the chat for me. Like, it doesn't matter if it's wrong. Really not a problem at all. And again, this question is sitting on like 6 marks. So it's a huge number of marks for a question like this, which is great. Cool. Just a reminder, because we've got quite a few people who, well, not quite a few, we have a couple more people who have joined since we last did this. Because our class is nice and small today, you can unmute yourselves and chat to us as you would like. So you don't need to follow how we normally do it. You can unmute and ask, or you can unmute and answer. And also, if you are having a question that's bugging you while you're revising and you don't really understand what's going on, just let us know. We can take a slight detour and we can go through it. To Melo, when are you going to use this in life? When are you going to use Pythagoras? Well, the thing is with maths is you don't necessarily use the content of maths later in life. The whole purpose of maths is it's actually helping you solve problems. It's helping you make connections between things. And so maths, the way you use maths later in your life is the way that you learn to think through maths, not necessarily the content of maths. So it's the same as like in history, like when you learn a whole bunch of history stuff, like one of the main skills you learn in high school history is how to write a really good essay and how to reference things properly. It's like a skill that you learn. And so the skill that you're learning in maths is trying to problem solve and trying to figure things out. That's what you would be doing. It's okay. Don't worry, Alicia. We're nice and easy and breezy today. We've got a nice small class. If 1 + 1 equals 2 and 2 + 2 equals 4, then how many parts are on a paper? Once, twice, thirds, or fourths? That makes absolutely no sense, Melo. You cuckoo-ness. Okay, that one is way too easy. No, we're not on our brain break just yet. We're going to do one more question and then I think that one's a little bit too easy, actually. We're going to jump past our brain break. We're going to do this question and then we're going to jump back to our brain break. So we're just going to do this one last question, then we'll take a quick brain break and then we'll carry on with them. This one, I want you to be really, really careful and I want you to make sure you don't fall for the trap that has been set in this question. Oh, Google, hello, big welcome. Have you written your exams? Have you written both of your papers yet? Or where are you at with them at the moment? Give question 5 a try. Make sure you don't fall for the trap. We did a lot of things yesterday. We did a whole year of maths. We didn't have class yesterday, Camilo. You've done paper 1, not paper 2. Okay, well then hopefully this lesson will be able to help you. Please ask questions whenever you need. If there's something you don't understand or you're revising something that you don't understand, let me know. I'm happy to answer a question that isn't necessarily about what you've got on the screen right now. Okay. I know lots of schools wrote 2 papers for maths. You were very lucky if you only wrote 1. I mean, they also like to put those questions in paper 1, in fairness. So, Tato, I like your answer. I'm just worried that you have fallen for a trap. So let's talk about that trap. If you did this, so those of you at home, if you did this, if you said D plus 50 plus 50 is equal to 180 degrees, sum of angles in a triangle. If you did that, and then you said, therefore, D is equal to 80, then you have fallen for my trap. And you actually, your teachers might be kind and they might give you 1 mark, but otherwise you would get no marks. So if you did that, no marks. The reason that it is no marks is because you have made an assumption, and that is the worst possible thing you can do in geometry. You have assumed that this angle over here is 50 degrees. And while it is 50 degrees, we actually haven't stated that it is 50 degrees. And because we haven't stated that it's 50 degrees, we're not allowed to write it. Everything we do in geometry has to be stated. Okay. Think of it as a story. You can't just leave sentences out. So we first have to say that that angle there is 50 degrees. We need to say angle C is equal to 50 degrees because of angles opposite equal sides. Okay, that's our rule for an isosceles triangle. So this side is equal to this side, and because those 2 sides are equal, these 2 angles are equal. All right. Now that we have stated that that is 50 degrees, now we are allowed to use that knowledge. If we don't state it, we're not allowed to use it. So now we can say D plus 100 degrees is equal to 180 because of sum of angles in a triangle. Therefore, C is equal to 80 degrees. Now, I know that that's a pain, and I know that it's annoying because I know that you know that angle C is 50 degrees. And it feels so stupid for you to have to write it. But the problem with geometry is it is very, very specific. And if you don't do things exactly as they are meant to be, they don't give you the marks. So your teachers might be kind to you in grade 8 and grade 9, maybe even grade 10. But from grade 11 and 12, they won't be. So you might as well learn that lesson now. That's okay. That's fine if you didn't type it. If you stated it, I'm happy. Okay. I think because of the time, let's try and do one more question before our brain break. And then we'll jump to Brian. So this one's like a little bit nastier. My advice for you is to think about exterior angles of a triangle. You are going to have to do something before you can use exterior angles of a triangle. And I'm trying to find the value of A. So think very carefully how we could go about that. If you're feeling lost about exterior angles of a triangle, this is your exterior angle, and it's equal to the sum of those two interior angles. Has your brain left when your exams ended? Is that how it works?
We can do this, my pips. Let's help Sato. Sato, we're gonna pick on you.
Get you ready for this paper. Do we have any Cape Townians in this class today? Anyone else who lives in Cape Town? Let me know. Oh, hi. Onwaba, have you also been melting yesterday and today? It feels like the sun has just like gotten very excited about life all of a sudden. Yeah, it is. It's still hot even now. All right, Tamila, let's make that attitude a little bit more joyful, though. You get 2 more lessons with me. You might as well enjoy them.
And that's it, my pips. That's it. This lesson and the next lesson.
Because memories from the test. Oh no. No, we don't need to admit defeat. We're going to figure it out. On a beach or a pool. I agree. On Mama, I have been just melting. I've been dreaming of the beach. Okay, I'm going to give you guys 1 more minute to sit on this question, and then I'm going to slowly talk you through how we can go about it. There are like lots of different roads you could take. I'm going to try and show you what I think would be the easiest road. But remember, geometry is always like, it's how you view it. So some people see things easier than others. Okay. So we're going to use this idea of an exterior angle of a triangle. We're going to use it here. So there's our triangle. And this is going to be our exterior angle. And that means that we need this angle and we need that angle in order to work it out. Okay, so this angle over here, where I'm just drawing this little blue dot, that one is easy for us to work out because the angle next to it is 150. So these two angles together need to equal 180 because they are angles on a straight line. So I'm going to start by saying that this angle over here, which is angle DBC, is going to equal 180 minus 150 because of angles on a straight line. So DBC is going to equal 30 degrees. Now I know that this angle in here is 30. So now I can use my exterior angles of a triangle. And I can say my 30 degrees, that's my one interior angle, plus 2a plus 10, that's my second interior angle. So that's interior 1, that's my other interior, and that needs to be equal to 3a, which is my exterior angle. My reason is just going to be exterior angle of a triangle. Okay, now it's just a normal equation. We want to get our letters on one side and our numbers on the other side. So I'm going to say 30 plus 10 is equal to 3a minus 2a. So 30 plus 10 is equal to 40, and 3a minus 2a is just a. And so our answer is just going to be 40 degrees. Hi, Gugu. You have a question? Okay. Is there anyone who is uncertain about how this works or not sure about anything that I've done? Please let me know. If you are wanting more, just let me know. Otherwise, I think we can jump into a quick brain break and then we'll carry on with some of the tougher questions. Okay. Cool. You wrote paper, math on Friday and paper 2 yesterday. The first one was easy, but the second one I made silly mistakes. Oh, I'm so glad that you did well in algebra, though. That's awesome. And also, you know what? Making silly mistakes in a paper is fine. Like if you know that they're silly mistakes, that's so much better than making mistakes because you actually have no idea what's going on.
Yeah,
Like
well
I'll
done,
take silly
Alicia.
mistakes any day of the week.
Well
Nice
done,
job.
Alicia.
That's great.
Nice job.
Okay, Brian is here for his second last appearance ever. Oh, Afrikaans always shows everyone flames, in fairness. Brian has brought you a quick little maths one to do today, but he's going to bring a whole bunch of treats on Thursday because it's going to be our last lesson on Thursday. So I'll make sure that he brings lots of fun things for you to do. But we've just got one quick one today, and then we're going to finish off with some of the tough geometry questions. And then I'm going to let you be on your way for your Tuesday evening. Okay. So for tonight, I would like to know what this question mark is over here. Let's see who can figure it out the fastest. We had 2 people who figured it out really quickly. Yeah, so Alicia, as soon as we've got the answer to this one, then I'm happy to hear from your riddle. So I'll let you know as soon. So type it so long and I'll let you know when you can send it, okay? So let's see if we can figure out this question mark. And then once we've figured out our question mark, then we're going to have a riddle from Alicia and we're going to have a riddle from Tumelo. Wait, Alicia, hold it. Don't. We're just going to first solve this and then we'll get to your riddle. I promise I'll give you time. Oh, okay. So first goal, try and find out what this question mark is for me, and then we're going to jump into a couple of riddles from our classmates. And then we're gonna jump back into some tricky geometry questions. Get our people ready for their paper 2s tomorrow. Okay, cone 3, ice cream 2, colored ice cream 1. Yes. Okay, I like all of that, Tamela. So what's my final answer? Oh, no. Yes, 15. Yes.
Well done, Tumelo.
Nice. Good.
The
Okay, our
second last
cone-
brain break, it's your winner.
Yeah, our cone was definitely 3 because 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. So those are both 3, which means our vanilla ice creams are 2, which means our strawberry ice cream is 1. Oh, I'm writing the wrong number. And then we just add all of those together and we get 15. Did you say 15 a while ago? I didn't see it. I'm so sorry. Okay, Alusha, we are ready for your riddle, and then Tamela, we will take your riddle after Alusha's. Go, type up that riddle for me. I'm an odd number, take away a letter, and I become even. What am I? I'm an odd number. Ah! You're so clever, Tato, that was so smart. Sure.
Well done.
Tamela, we're ready.
And then here's my
Hello?
riddle.
Okay.
It's late at night. You're in a mansion.
Uh-huh.
A child is sleeping upstairs.
Okay.
The cook is cooking lunch. The butler is outside watching.
Uh-huh.
The cleaner is cleaning the carpets. And the gardener is cutting the grass. Who
Okay.
killed the child?
But the child's not sleeping. It says he's sleeping. The child's not dead though.
Okay, I'll repeat it.
Okay.
It's late at night.
Yeah.
You're in a mansion. There's a child sleeping upstairs.
Yes, you said sleeping.
Yes, sleeping upstairs.
Okay.
The cook is cooking lunch. The butler is watching outside. The gardener is cutting grass, and the cleaner is cleaning the carpets. Who killed the child?
I feel like I'm missing something really important here.
The cleaner
telling
killed
you,
the
man.
child.
No, it's late at night, and the cook is cooking lunch.
That doesn't make any sense.
Ma'am, it's late at night. The cook is cooking lunch.
Oh my word. It was the cooker then was cooking the baby.
The cook is cooking lunch. Who killed the child?
How am I not getting this? Do you understand? Do you
Hey,
understand
ma'am,
what's
look,
going
the
on?
gardener is outside cutting grass late at night. The butler is watching outside, meaning that he's watching the gardener. The
Yes.
cleaner is cleaning the carpets, and the cook is cooking lunch when it's late at night.
So they
Okay.
all killed the child.
You can't make
Oh, the
lunch
cook
at
killed the
night.
child.
That's what he's saying.
Yeah, but how does that affect who killed the child?
Yeah, but what's
What
the
is the
answer
cook
then?
cooking? What is he cooking if he's cooking lunch?
He cooking lunch in the middle of the night. Yeah, why was
Exactly.
the gardener cutting grass at night? Bonga, I agree with you. Why is the gardener cutting grass at night?
Why not?
Well, why not can the cook lunch in the middle of the night?
Is the answer the cleaner who killed?
No, it's the cook, man. The
feel like
cleaner's cleaning carpets. The gardener is outside cutting grass, and the butler is watching outside, meaning he's watching the gardener. The cook and the cleaner are the only ones who are inside the house. But the cleaner is busy cleaning, and the cook is cooking lunch.
I don't feel like
Yeah.
that's enough of a clue to tell you that the cook is the one who killed the baby just because he's cooking lunch.
Because it's late at night, then the cook shouldn't have been cooking lunch.
Yeah, but
I
what
guess
if he
maybe
was
that's
just
where the
cooking
answer
lunch?
is. They're trying to do the hint, then the lunch is the baby.
Tamela, I reject this riddle, is what I would like to say. That I am telling you no to this riddle. And I expect a better one on Thursday.
Your dad is like, I didn't get this one.
No, because I don't think that's not enough. It's not enough to accuse someone of murder just because they're cooking lunch. Okay. No, keep it for Thursday, Smilo. Keep it for Thursday. Let's try sneak in a couple more of these questions before the end of our lesson. Okay, I want us to try and do at least two of these tricky ones before the end of today. I think let's start with this one over here. So there's a couple of important things that you just need to take into account. You're obviously trying to find B, C, and D. Okay, so you're trying to find all of those things. Now, the easiest thing to do in this situation, I'm just going to sort of just give you a little bit of guidance, not a huge amount of guidance, is my advice would be start here. Okay, so think about what you would need to do in order to have all of your angles of that triangle and start with finding B. That's my advice. So start with finding B. And once you have found B, then it's easy to find C and D. So think about what you would need to do. This question is a tricky one. You'll have to do a couple of steps to get to where you need to get to. Yeah, so they don't have to give you values because if you think about that triangle, when you add all of those angles together, it will equal 180 degrees. So you'll be able to find B. But they love questions like this where there are no numbers because it throws people off completely. So this is like an ideal situation for us to be going through. Who has some suggestions on how we could even start this? You can put your suggestions in the chat, or you can just unmute and talk to us. But like, how could we start a question like this if we were sitting in a test? Kauto, what's your suggestion?
What I did was I said that angle N is equal to 3B because it's vertically opposite.
Good.
And angle M is equal to 2B because it's vertically opposite.
Good. Okay, so that's a great first start. And then where did you go to from there?
So I said 4B plus 2B plus 3B is equal to 180. Sum of angles in a triangle.
Great. Okay, everything you are saying so far is great. Perfect. Let's put this in here. Sum of angles in a triangle. Okay, do you guys see where this is coming from? So we're just going to say angle KNM is equal to 3B and angle KMN is equal to 2B, vert up angles equal, vert up angles equal. Okay, next step of this equation, what am I going to do?
Okay, so next thing, this is where I stopped. I didn't carry on there from the honest.
Okay, no, that's okay. I'll give you a couple of minutes to try and finish it off.
Okay, so.
Oh, did I lose you? Don't worry, there's no time pressure. Take your time. Make sure you're happy with your answers. So Marilla, you can use angle on a straight line, but I think it would be a little bit of a pain. I think there are easier ways for us to go about that. Yes. Fine. Must I just use to find? Yeah, Tato, you absolutely can answer. Unmute yourself, chat away.
Right. So since that B is 20.
Okay, so
So
you added these together and you got 9B is 180 and then B is 20.
yes.
Okay.
So B is equal to 20. So I substituted 3B with 20. So then I
Okay.
got 60.
Good. Yeah.
So then therefore angle D, the D
Yeah.
is equal to 60 degrees because it's alternating angles.
Oh, okay.
No.
So you use this 3B over here. I see it. Okay, that's fine. I'm happy with that. Alt angles. FG parallel to HJ. If you had said corresponding, same, but I like it. Cool.
So in order to find C, I substituted the B by the 4 with 20 as well, and I got
Okay.
80. So then I said 60, which is the D's value,
Yeah.
plus 80, plus C is equal to 180. Angles on a straight line.
60 plus 80 plus C equals 180. Angles on a straight line.
And then I got the value of 40.
Perfect. Nice. So the other thing we could have done for C is we could have looked over here and seen that we have an F. And so we could have done corresponding angles. Or you could have also actually even done a Z with that C and the 2B over here. But what you've done is perfect. So like if that was what your brain saw, then that's what you must stick with. I'm just showing you the different things you could have done.
Yes, ma'am.
Nice, great work. I feel like you are ready for this paper tomorrow. Okay, guys, if you have questions about this, please let me know. Otherwise, we're going to zoom down to our next one. We'll see how it goes. But please feel free to ask if there's stuff that you're not understanding. That's why I'm here. I'll try and put a whole bunch of fun things in our lesson on Thursday because I know it's our last one together. No, keep your riddle for us for Thursday. Okay, let's try this one over here. Oh, this is a lovely question. Okay, there are many traps that we can fall for this question. Please take note that you have got parallel lines, and whenever we have parallel lines, we are going to think of fun, corresponding, co-interior, alternates. Alicia's like, nope. I am trying to find the value of X. Let's see who can figure this one out. I'm going to give you a good few minutes to try and figure this one out. I'm going to explain it nice and slowly. I think it'll probably land up being our last question of the evening. So just take your time, make sure you're happy with everything, and then we'll go through it step by step. But it's a really good one for you to try and test yourselves on geometry. And remember the whole beginning part of grade 10, like once you've gotten over the algebra, they have to go through all of this geometry again because they've got to bring circles in next year. Don't remind you, circle geometry is actually super fun. I think you'll like circle geometry. Where is my cat? He is sulking at the moment. Charlie, come here. Come here. No, he's sulking. Oh, Madison's coming. Hello. Come on. Maddie? Where's he going?
Alicia, yes, they do get upset.
Yeah, he wants dinner, so he sulks. He sulks in the corner.
Like it's my time to eat.
Yeah, he's hungry. Okay, let's see. Ooh, okay. So it's important for this one. We actually don't have an exterior angle of a triangle. We can only use exterior angle of a triangle when there's a straight line that comes from a triangle. So like if that line continued, then it would be a straight line. If that line continued, it would be a straight line. But we don't actually have any exterior angles in this picture. Where'd she go? Come here. Come say hello to everyone. Come say hello. Oh, there we go. Alicia, there's the one cat. Say hello. The other one's sulking. I can't get the other one. He's moaning. This is Madison. This one. Charlie's the one who's sulking. Okay, I'm going to give you guys 1 more minute on this question, 1 more minute, and then I'm going to start going through it. Let's see who can solve it in that time. We're going to need to use quite a few different rules in order to find our end answer. I'll be very excited if anyone ended up getting this one 100% right. We'll see. Okay. So we're actually going to start with, and this is sort of quite useful advice whenever we're in geometry, always start with where you have the most information. So this is where we currently have the most information. We have 2 angles. We've got this 20 and this 102, which means it's easy for us to find that angle over there. So let's start there. We're going to say angle EFD is equal to 180 minus 20 minus 102 because of sum of angles in a triangle. Okay, so that means that angle EFD is going to be equal to, what's that going to give us? 160 minus 102, which is 58. Okay, so this angle in here is 58 degrees. That's our first start. 2 marks to get to this point over here. So if you got that, that's great. Then we need to take into account that we've got these parallel lines. So we're going to use this. We've got a Z over there. So that Z is telling me that this angle in here is also going to be 58 degrees. So we're going to say angle FTG is equal to 58 degrees because of alternate angles when EF is parallel to DG. Okay, so now I know that this is 58 degrees. And then we get to our very last step. We know that this side is equal to that side. And so for our last step, we can just say X is equal to 58 degrees. And our reason is going to be angles opposite equal sides. So you're going to get another 2 marks here, and then another 2 marks here. So this would be out of 6. What type of mark system were we sitting on? Did we get 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Did anyone manage to get 6 out of 6? Did anyone get the X is equal to 58 in the end? How did this question go? Give me an idea. Otherwise, I feel like I'm just having like a lesson with myself. I'm just monologuing maths. 3 out of 6, that's not bad. 4 out of 6, okay.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
I think I used like the wrong like lines because I say that 102 is alternating with this angle F.
Oh, okay. So the problem with that, I'm just going to get rid of these highlights so that you can see why. So you said those 2 like that.
Yes,
The
ma'am.
problem is that this line here is not parallel to that line there because it doesn't have the little arrows.
So I can only use them if like they have the parallel
Yeah.
lines.
So you can only use the Z if there's a parallel line. That part will always make up the two big parts of the Z, and then you just need to find a line that connects them.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, no problem. It's okay, Alicia. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. It's really okay. I think let's try and sneak in one last question. I wonder if I put it over here. Let's try and do. Yeah, let's try and do this question over here. I'm going to put in some numbers so that you can like just call this like U1 and U2. That should make it a little bit, you don't actually need that one. Okay, so I'm just going to put in those numbers for you, and I'm just going to highlight something to try and help. Okay, just going to give you, I'm not going to give you a huge amount of time here because we are running out of time in the lesson. So I'm just going to give you like just over a minute. But then I'll quickly go through it with you just so you can see what this type of question would look like. I know it won't be enough time for all of you to get to go through it slowly by yourselves, but remember these lessons will be uploaded within 24 hours, and then you can rewatch it and pause it as needed. I just want to make sure you get the answers still tonight. So I'll give you a little bit of time to look through it. Try and think what your end goal is going to be. Okay. So in this question, this green triangle that we've highlighted over here, we want to end there and use this as our exterior angle. And then we want these two interior angles. So we need that U1, okay? But we can see that this line is parallel to this line. And so we can use the idea over there that U2 is going to be 180 minus M. So let's start there. So we're going to say, let me do it in purple because that's what this is going to be. So we're going to say U2 is going to be 180 minus M. And our reason for that is going to be co-interior angles when QR is parallel to UV. So now we know that this is 180 minus M. That means that U1 is equal to 180 minus M because of vert up angles being equal. Okay, so that means that this is 180 minus M. And then we can use our idea of exterior angles of a triangle. So now we can say 2M is equal to 180 minus M plus 36 exterior angle of triangle. So 2M plus M is equal to 116. 3M is equal to 116. What is that going to give us? Going to give us an ugly decimal, I'm sure. Hold on. That's 216. divided by 3, 72. So M is going to be 72 degrees. Okay, so this one was quite a nasty question, but I just wanted you to see it because I know some of you are writing tomorrow and I just wanted to give an idea of this type of question. But remember, when we did all of the long geometry questions, all of those are online and you'll be able to watch this video by the end of this evening again. So big good luck to those of you who are still writing exams. Otherwise, I will see you on Thursday. We're going to have a bit of a fun lesson because it'll be our last lesson together. Okay.